Yo, what's going on, guys? Juicetra here. Got a game of, what is it? I think this is Team Deathmatch. Whoa. So yeah, I've got a few games of not domination anymore, so I'm hoping that that'll make you guys happy, but for the most part, most of my games are still domination. I had a game of Search and Destroy that unfortunately I didn't record, which really pisses me off because it was a pretty good game. But anyways, this game I use the M16 with a red dot sight, and probably Scavenger Pro, Stopping Power Pro, and a Ninja Pro. And I think I'm using my trusty old Claymores because I love those bad boys, and I think you guys should too. But I guess I'll talk about that later. This game is, like I said, one of the few TDM games that I usually play. It's not usually my favorite game type, just because if you're playing with a party, it's kind of hard to have a good game yourself. But as a team, you can have a really good game, and that's often the case when I play. I play in full parties, so it's pretty balanced. Everybody's balanced with regards to their scores. But for the most part, we always win. And in this game, my Killstreak loadout is, I believe, the Predator missile, Harrier Airstrike, and AC-130. And yeah, so there's one. And I'm gonna say this right off the bat. This was a good game to start. But by the end of it, I think I got a little frustrated after I died once, and then just things didn't work out. But overall, I think it's a good overall score. But I think it's more the gameplay that's fun. And I kind of want to talk about using the M16 because, like, the famous people, they use it, but they don't really know the right way to use it, I suppose, or the most effective way. Not the right way. Let's say the most effective way. What you should do when you have a gun like this, especially since it's 3 burst, is you want to really hug the perimeter, and you really want to stay in spaces that are not very close quarters, because hip firing is possible with this, but you're gonna find that unless you have steady aim, and even if you do have steady aim, you're gonna lose those close quarter gun battles if somebody's got, like, say, an SMG or a SCAR or ACR or whatnot. So definitely keep to the outside, and that's what I did this game, and it really worked well for me. And as you can see, I'm just gonna go and destroy and rape their spawn with my AC-130. And I'd have to say I probably did get probably half of my kills, or very close to that, with my air support, but as you can see, they're trying to shoot it down, so they're doing the right thing, and it just shows you that, well, maybe not so much in this particular AC-130, but it just shows you that air support is not invincible, and it can be countered. And I'm glad that they actually tried to shoot me down, because it shows me that more and more people are starting to take the initiative. But as you can see, pretty quick into the game. I think it's probably 3 minutes. I'm 27-0, and I'm not gonna lie, the next little bit, unfortunately, does slow down a fair bit, just because I felt like building a kill streak, and some might say that's campy, but for me it was more just I guess a personal goal or something, to try and always one-up my kill streak. And if that means I'm going to play a little more defensive, or if that means you're going to play more defensive if you're in a similar situation, then by all means, as long as you don't pitch a tent. And pitching a tent is simply finding a corner and just sitting there and waiting for people to come while you do not move in that corner. And unfortunately, I mean, it does work, and that's unfortunate, as this guy jumps out the window and puts himself into final stand or last stand, which is hilarious. But really, as long as you don't pitch a tent, I'd say you're not camping. And that's exactly why I like my Claymores, is because even if you plant them in high traffic areas and you run away, and if you can stay alive, more often than not, you're gonna get kills from it. And as you see there, I just got 2 kills from my Claymores. just from planting them in high traffic areas and then moving about the map. And right here, I think this is where I get frustrated, because I think a guy has a tactical insertion and I'm just completely oblivious. Like, as you can see, I see it right there, but in the game I didn't really pay attention, or I guess I was, yeah, I dropped the ball there. So yeah, that's my first death, and I do die twice more. I'm gonna ruin it, but they are deaths that I think happened because I got in my head a little bit, and I'm still trying to change that. And you guys should definitely try to do the same. Is if, you know, say you get frustrated over, you know, a silly death or something, try and push that out of your head. Try not to think about it too much, because it is going to affect your game negatively, as I get thumpered by this douche nozzle. But that's okay, it's just the game. And this was probably just me. This was my fault. I stayed exposed and missed, really. So yeah, that's the last death, and I think I don't get any more kills, but I hope this kind of gives you an idea of how I think, you know, M16 or like the FAMAS should be played with, or, you know, the kind of tactics you should take. So remember, stick to the outside of the map, and use claymores, and just try to avoid those high traffic areas and close quarter areas with the burst weapon. I do have a little treat though, guys. I have a Killstreakless nuke that I'm either going to do by commentate myself or with a friend. So stay tuned for that. But I've got a few more things to talk about in my next video. So until then, guys, thanks for watching and stay tuned. I believe final score was 32-3. Bye, guys.